do you tell the people you love that you have mesothelioma? What words do you use? What do you say to your spouse, your children, your parents? This is one of the hardest conversations you'll ever have, and there's no perfect way to do it. Still, there are approaches that help and approaches that can hurt. Today, I want to talk about how to tell your family and friends about your mesothelioma diagnosis in a way that's honest, compassionate, and gives everyone the best chance of processing this devastating news. I'm Terry Oppenheimer. I've been writing about mesothelioma and asbestos for the website mesothelioma.net for over a decade, and I've spoken with countless patients and families who are navigating these difficult conversations. Let's start with what helps. First, and most important, when possible, tell your closest family members in person and tell them relatively soon after your diagnosis. Don't wait weeks or months trying to find the perfect moment or the perfect words. There is no perfect moment, and the longer you wait, the harder it becomes, and the more likely it is that someone's going to find out accidentally or hear it secondhand and have their feelings hurt. Nobody needs that on top of the grief that comes with the diagnosis. Choose a private, quiet setting where you won't be interrupted. Turn off your phone and make everyone else do it too. Make sure you have enough time to talk without rushing. If you need to tell kids, consider their age and maturity levels. Young children only need simple words, while teenagers can generally handle more detail. Start with direct, clear language. Do not bury the news in euphemisms or vague language that leaves people confused about what you're actually saying. Say something like, I need to tell you something important. I've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, which is a serious form of cancer. Being direct doesn't mean being harsh. It means being clear so that everyone understands what you're dealing with. After delivering the bad news, pause. Give people time to react. Don't rush to fill the silence. People need time to process shocking news. They might cry, they might ask questions, they might sit quietly trying to observe what you've said. Every reaction is normal. There's no wrong reaction. And be prepared to answer questions. It's okay to say, I don't know, when you don't have answers yet. Common questions include, how serious is it? Did you get a second opinion? What's the treatment? What's the prognosis? Can it be cured? If you're still early in your own understanding of the diagnosis, it's fine to say, I'm still learning about that. If you have an upcoming appointment with a specialist who's going to give you more information, let them know you'll tell them more once you have the answers to their questions. If you feel it's appropriate and it works for you, include your family in treatment decisions. For your spouse or partner, this definitely means discussing options together. For adult children, involve them to the extent that you're comfortable. Doing so helps them feel like they're part of your journey rather than as helpless bystanders. Letting them research options, attend appointments, or provide input on decisions, it'll help them. Be honest about your prognosis, but balance that honesty with hope. If your doctor has given you a median survival estimate, you can share that information, but also share that statistics are just averages. Some people live much longer, new treatments are becoming available, and you plan to fight hard. People need both realistic expectations and reasons for hope. Tell people specifically how they can help. One of the most difficult things for family and friends is that they feel so helpless. When people ask what they can do, have some answers ready. Maybe you need help with rides to appointments, or you need someone to research treatment centers. Maybe you just need company or help with household tasks. Giving people concrete ways to help makes them feel useful and relieves some of their anxiety. Now, before I go on, I want to take a moment and ask you a favor. If you're finding this helpful, please hit the like and subscribe buttons to help us be seen by more people who need this information. If you have questions or want me to address another topic in a future video, let me know via the comment feature. And be sure to watch till the end because I'm going to give you some more important information about support resources. Now that we've talked about what we should do, let's talk about what not to do. The approaches that are likely to make these conversations even more difficult or painful. Don't avoid the conversation entirely. Some people are so afraid of upsetting their family that they delay telling them or try to hide the diagnosis. This doesn't protect anyone. It just means that people find out later when they're hurt that you didn't take them into your confidence or let them help. Don't tell people via text or email, except as a very last resort. Yes, distance or circumstances make in-person conversations impossible, but phone or video calls, they're much better than written messages for news that's this significant. Written messages don't allow for immediate emotional support, and they can feel impersonal. Don't make promises you can't keep. Don't say, I'm going to beat this, or everything's going to be fine when you don't actually know that. It is natural to want to reassure people, but false reassurance sets everyone up for devastation if things don't go as hoped, especially with an illness that's known to be terminal. Instead, say things like, I'm going to fight as hard as I can, or we're going to take this one step at a time. Don't focus only on the negative. Doing that's an approach to be avoided. You need to be honest about the seriousness of the diagnosis, but don't make the conversation revolve around dying. Talk about the treatments that are available, or the specialist you'll be seeing, or the plan for moving forward. People need to hear that there are steps you can take, not just that the situation is hopeless. Don't exclude people from information. Some patients try to protect family members by not telling them everything or by having one person, usually a spouse, carry all the information. That can backfire. It can leave excluded family members feeling shut out and hurt. Unless there's a compelling reason to limit information, include your close family members in what's happening. Don't feel the need to give young children too much graphic detail. Children do need to know a loved one is sick and needs treatment, but they don't need detailed information about prognosis or the specifics of how the disease works. Tailor the information you give out to their developmental stage. Young children need simple, concrete information. Grandpa's sick and he needs to go to the doctor a lot. Older children, they can handle more detail, but they still need reassurance that they're going to be cared for and loved. Try not to get angry at people's reactions. Everyone processes shocking news differently. Some people cry immediately. Some ask lots of questions. Some go quiet. Some try to problem solve or research. Some say awkward things because they don't know what else to say. Try to be patient with different reactions and remember that everyone's coping mechanism is different. Now, some things to keep in mind for friends and extended family. Those conversations can be somewhat different from the ones you have with immediate family. You might tell close friends in person or by phone, but it's okay to tell broader social circles through email or social media if that feels more manageable. Some people find it helpful to have one person, maybe an adult child or a close friend, who can help spread the word to others so you don't have to have the same painful conversation dozens of times. Consider, if you're going to do it that way, writing down the key information you want shared with people. Your diagnosis, the type and stage of mesothelioma, your treatment plan, and especially how people can help. This gives you something to refer to during emotional conversations and ensures you're giving consistent information to everyone. Think about whether you want privacy or support from your wider community. Some people prefer to keep their diagnosis relatively private, telling only immediate family and closest friends. Others, they find strength in sharing with a broader community and receiving widespread support. Again, There's no right or wrong answer. Do what feels right for you. If you have a faith community, consider telling your clergy or spiritual leader early. They can provide emotional and spiritual support and can help facilitate support from your religious community if you want that. Remember, the initial conversation, it's just the beginning. You'll have many more conversations as your treatment progresses, as your circumstances change, and as questions arise. Give people permission to ask questions later after they've had time to process the initial shock. Telling your family that you have mesothelioma is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. What helps? Telling people directly and soon, being honest about the situation but balancing it with hope, including family in decisions, and giving people specific ways to help. What hurts? Avoiding the conversation, making false promises, focusing only on the negative, and excluding people from information. Remember that the way you communicate this diagnosis sets the tone for how your family will face this journey together. Honesty, openness, and compassion for yourself and for them will serve everyone well. Visit mesothelioma.net for more guidance on talking to family members about mesothelioma and for finding support resources. You can also call us at 1-800-692-8608 or use the live chat feature on the website to speak directly to one of our compassionate patient advocates. As for me, remember to post questions below, and I'll see you next time.